湾区的朋友，大家好，我们是
董事长乐团。您现在所收看的是北美红星
卫视
TVHS 1.9台。
您现在收看的是北美红星卫视 TVHS 1.9台。
奇妙的人生，奇妙的命运，让我们一起找到生命的意义，揭开灵魂的秘密。欢迎收看今天的《命运真奇妙》，我是克拉拉。今天在我们节目当中呢，我们为您邀请到的是曾经在我们节目当中跟我们一起探讨过塔罗牌的秘密的 Sue Wilhite。今天他又再度来到我们的节目呢，今天要跟我们谈的主题呢是正面思考的力量。那我知道现在这个心想事成啊，这个 Law of Attraction 是非常流行的一个 topic， 所以我们今天就来邀请他跟我们好好的谈一谈，到底有什么方法可以让我们大家正面思考。我们现在就来欢迎 Sue。Okay, welcome, Sue.
Thank you, Clara. Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
Thank you for the audience for watching.
Yeah, I know they all like your show, so we're so happy, that benefits them.
Yes, yes.
So today we're going to talk about positive thinking.
Yes.
Because you have a business called Positively Success.
Absolutely.
So positive thinking can lead to success.
Yes,
so
absolutely.
We have to teach our audience how to do that.
Yes, I'd love to. That's my favorite thing.
Great. So first of all, I would like to ask you, how our brain work, why this positive thinking will affect our life or our, thing. How does that work?
Yes. Well, one of the things that people should know just a little bit about how the brain works. The brain is a very complicated organ in our bodies.
I know.
And one thing to know about our thoughts is that our thoughts are electrical impulses and electrochemical impulses, and they go through our brain. Now, our brain has a lot to do. Our brain is basically taking care of the functions of everything in our body. So what our thoughts do is that they run along tracts. You can just think about them as being in little slots. Well, what ends up happening is the brain wants to make it very efficient. And so the brain puts thoughts that tend to happen together or happen in sequence. The brain wants to clump them together to make it more efficient. So when you start having a thought, the thoughts that follow it tend to fall together.
But what if you have so many, maybe thousands of thoughts at the same time?
You do. You have millions of thoughts at the same time.
Okay, more than thousands. Okay.
But what happens is, let's say somebody gives a keyword like job. And all of the associations that you have with the word job come together. The brain has them all together. And some of them are positive thoughts and some of them are negative thoughts. Now, if the majority of thoughts that you have about job are negative, then the brain will clump them all together, and pretty soon, every time you think the word job, all of these negative thoughts all come in all at the same time.
And we may feel nervous, anxious, and uncomfortable.
Yes, and the positive ones are kind of put off to the side because they're not used as often. And so they're not as associated with it. So when you think job, the brain goes, I know what job is. Job is all of this and a little bit of this.
So then, for example, someone has negative thoughts about jobs, and what will happen to their life, their reality?
Their reality will end up being negative because the brain will control what they see, the brain will control what they hear, the brain will control what they experience, and it will set up filters in the way so that when they hear the word job, the only thing that they can see, as in a famous story, all they can see is the weeds.
So tell us more about it, the weeds.
There's a famous story about a princess who who heard a lot of negative things going on in her court. So she sent out two pages, 2 young men, to go out into her kingdom, and she told one of them to find only the most beautiful, gorgeous, fragrant flowers in the kingdom. And the other one she told to get the most horrible, ugly, nasty weeds. And they came back after a few months, and the one had this beautiful bouquet of flowers and brought them to the princess, and everybody in court was just swooning over how beautiful they were and how beautifully they smelled. And the princess said, "So, while you were out in the kingdom, did you see any weeds?" "Weeds, Your Highness? No, of course I didn't see any weeds. I was looking for flowers."
So he didn't even pay attention.
So he didn't even pay attention because his
focusing
focus was to find flowers.
So his life was like full of beautiful flowers only.
Yes. And the other page, who collected weeds, women were fainting because they were so ugly and horrible. And the princess said, "So did you see any flowers?" And the page said, "No, flowers, Your Highness, but I was looking for weeds."
But did they go to the same corner?
He was going to the same areas of the kingdom.
The same area, but one only see the weeds and
Yes.
one only see the flowers.
Yes, because that was the focus.
Then I want to know the end. So what happened to them, to those 2 pages?
They were each royally rewarded for their effort, and the princess told them that they were now allowed to see everything.
Oh, okay. Then what happened?
Well, it was a lesson to the court to stop looking for the negative, to stop being, to stop backbiting and saying bad things about each other.
But you know, in our society, you know, I will say some people, they choose to see negative things.
Yes.
So do you think how's their life is about, or
Their
Have you
life
seen
is
those
very
people?
likely to be very negative. They're likely to be very unhappy. They're likely to have things that maybe it's only in one area, but they're likely to have things not be so well in their life.
have you ever seen anyone who think negative and still looks successful in life?
They could, but for instance, they might have, they might think negatively but have a good relationship with money, for example, so they might have a lot of money, but maybe their relationship is really bad.
So it means that their life is not complete.
Yes.
It's not like fulfilled.
Yes, it's not harmony.
And I've seen some people, you know, they tend to think positive, and you know, you can say, okay, they look like they are not the richest people in the world, but they're always happy. They think, oh, I'm abundant, I'm so happy.
Yes, yes.
So, to
it's
me,
their point of view.
So that means a true success and true abundance to me.
Yes, and it's internal. They're not looking for something external to them to make them happy. They're looking to what they feel to make them happy.
And that's a true success, actually.
Yes.
So later on, we're gonna teach our audience how to think successfully, right?
Yes.
And we have some steps to do it.
Yes, it's only 3.
Okay, great. 所以我们广告之后呢，我们要请出来告诉我们有一些步骤可以教我们怎么样的正面思考。我们广告之后还有更精彩的节目。
走进小庄园，就像进入了童话故事。那浪漫的校舍，配合着不同时刻的阳光，透着诱人的色彩。老师的关爱，课堂里的歌声、图画，都像梦一样的陪伴着孩子们。在这里成长，多幸福啊！小庄园 ，Growing Tree Bilingual Montessori Preschool， 408-873-2889 408-873-2889。
优必胜全新第2代合家欢高画质卡拉 OK 机震撼上市了！合家欢 BM2000内建 2TB 硬碟，有32000多首歌曲，80%的原声原影歌曲，高画质1080的歌曲画面以及 HDMI 的高清输出，给您唱得过瘾又开心。合家欢高画质卡拉 OK 伴唱机，让您听歌、学歌、飙歌都开心。详情请洽北加州总代理优唱国际，11866-988-2679，11866-988-26。
中诚地产服务湾区10多年 ，William Chen Joyce 说有最好的地产及贷款服务，最具买房卖屋的丰富经验，最了解湾区的市场需求。 William Chen Joyce 郭以忠诚的服务态度，能在最短的时间内为您争取到最好的价钱，让您买房卖屋都安心，为您免费提供房屋估价及市场分析。详情请致电408-409-5688，408-409-5688。欢迎您有兴趣的人士加入我们的优秀团队。
蒸汽食品，湾区共有11家分店，面包每天新鲜出炉，让您吃得安心，吃得健康。全日各式糕饼与蛋糕，美味可口，是您全家人健康的首选。11家分店遍布湾区，湾区美味尽在生技。
北加州最大的新型休闲健康养生超市——韩国超市，天天供应精致的健康养生食品、新鲜肉类、海鲜、家用电器、日用百货，货品齐全，物美价廉。韩国超市位于 Sunnyvale El Camino Rail， 近 Lawrence Expressway， 7天营业，欢迎会过。
各位湾区的观众朋友，大家好，我是 Frank Ho。财智生活杂志是一个综合性的理财节目，湾区的生活大小事，举凡经济、工作、赚钱、科技，我们节目都将为您 cover。每周四晚上8点，请不要错过 TVHS 红星卫视1.9台财智生活杂志。
欢迎回到我们命运真奇妙的节目，我们现在就要请苏来跟我们谈一谈几个可以帮助你正面思考的步骤。So back to our topic,
Yes.
You're gonna show us the 3 steps to think positive.
Yes.
So what's the first step?
The first step is recognizing that you're having a negative thought.
Awareness.
Awareness. Always with awareness. And that can be the hardest step. That's the step that takes
sounds
the longest.
easy, but a lot of people are so negative, but they don't know they are negative.
That's right. That's right.
That's interesting, yeah.
Yes, so it can be very difficult. It can be very difficult. So once you notice that you're negative, you notice that there's a negative thought, what most people do, and this is where they fail, is they try to go instantly to a positive thought.
I used to do that, and
it doesn't
I failed.
work.
Doesn't
yes,
work.
it doesn't work. It doesn't work. So what you want to do is you want to instantly go to a neutral thought.
Oh, okay.
Because remember, you're doing brain chemistry, and you can't just unbundle all of those negative thoughts. What you want to do, make them into positive, what you want to do is just release the bundle and not try to break it open. They've got a lot of energy in there.
Can we use an example? For example, someone say, okay, I'm broke.
Right.
I just filed bankruptcy.
Right.
I feel so bad. My life is terrible.
Right.
How can you change that to a neutral thought?
You want to think about something that has absolutely no emotional charge whatsoever. So as soon as you start noticing that you're going, oh, I'm broke, oh, I'm broke, oh, I'm broke, oh, this bankruptcy, oh dear, worry, stress, think about something absolutely neutral. I think about a door handle. I mean, really that simple and that neutral.
Really?
Something
so
random.
It could be an object.
It could be an object.
It doesn't have to be related to the negative
no,
stuff
in fact,
at all.
it needs to be absolutely neutral. No negative charge, no positive charge.
For example, I feel so terrible and I look at this, oh, this is a glass.
This is a glass, this is a cup. There
Cup,
it is.
This is a cup.
It's just a cup.
A neutral thought.
It's a neutral thought. There it is. And from there, you go to step 3, thinking a somewhat more positive thought. Like, for instance, you're in the worry mode of, I'm so broke, I don't know what I'm going to do, I've just declared bankruptcy, I don't know what's going to happen, I don't know where I'm going to live. Okay, I'm going to stop that now and I'm going to think about this cup.
Yeah.
And it's a neutral cup. And, you know, the cup is empty now, but I think I can fill it. And maybe if I fill it, that will represent for me filling my cup with prosperity, and I'll just use that to sort of change my thought for a moment.
Okay, so you still use this neutral object to change
You can. This one happened to be very useful, but you want to get to a thought that is just a little bit more positive than, it's just a little bit more positive than neutral.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. You're not trying to go from 0 to 100.
I had that experience. Okay, for example, I'm so sick.
Yes.
Oh, I think I'm dying. I'm going to die. And then I think, okay, actually I'm so healthy. I kind of think that way,
Right.
jump to the 100% positive.
Right.
And then you will feel a resistance.
You will feel a resistance because you're really not feeling all that great.
Yeah, I said, oh, I'm just deceiving. I'm cheating myself.
Yes.
And it's like a bounce back.
Yes.
So at that moment, I should have done, look at this cup. This,
Yes.
Yeah.
And gee, I wonder what I can do to feel better.
Oh,
What is it? Maybe I can relieve a symptom. Maybe I can open a window. Maybe I can, maybe there's some medicine that I can take. Maybe there's something that I can put on my skin to make me feel
And that's
better.
it?
And that's the next step. And then it just keeps repeating. You go neutral to positive, neutral to positive, neutral to positive.
So like step by step.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. But you notice the negative thought, you go to neutral, you go to positive, and then you just repeat steps 2 and 3 until you can get to the 100.
And there won't be any resistance.
And there won't be any resistance.
Well, that's very interesting. I never heard about this theory, but it sounds very powerful.
Well, it is based on the brain chemistry, because what's going to happen is it's going to break up those clusters of negative thoughts that all tend to fire together. You're training them that they don't really want to go in the same direction, that there's another way that they can be.
How long does that process take, usually?
It can take anywhere from 2 weeks to a month to be really, really 100% effective. But some people see almost immediate effects. I mean, like within 24 hours, things have shifted enough for them that they feel better.
Okay, in that case, can you just tell us some examples or your personal experience or your friend's experience about when after they think positive and their life totally changed?
Yes. One of my favorite examples of that is one of my teachers. She has a genetically based disease. It's a very rare disease. Only 2% of the world population has it. So
world population.
2% of 7 billion people have it. So it's a very, very, very small percentage. And very few people in the United States have it. Maybe 1,000 people total in the United States have it. So it's very rare. It's very hard to miss. And it mimics multiple sclerosis, or MS, in its initial phases. And so what ends up happening is by the time a person gets diagnosed with the actual disease, they've already gone through all of this MS diagnosis. By the time they figure out what the actual disease is, it's too late to treat, generally speaking, and usually they have between 1 to 2 years to live. And they will, because it's a nerve disease, and it kills the nerves. My teacher, I met her in 1998.
Now it's 2012.
And now it's 2012 and she's still alive.
So at that time she already had that disease?
She already had the disease and she had just been diagnosed properly with it. She had just gotten over the diagnosis of MS and she'd been diagnosed with the real disease.
But did she ever share with you what did she ever done just because of positive thinking?
Yeah, she did meditation. She did positive thinking. She did self-hypnosis and one of the things that she always said was that I have the disease, but the disease does not have me.
That's very interesting. I have the disease, but disease doesn't have me.
Yes.
So it's like detached.
So she doesn't define herself as having the disease. She defines herself as a woman. She defines herself as a minister. She defines herself as, as an educator. She defines herself as all kinds of things. And, oh, by the way, she might have this disease, but that's sort of secondary.
I know. Yeah, I'm pretty sure she also probably has done some like affirmation, right?
Oh yes.
So maybe
yes.
later on we can talk about some affirmations,
Yes.
some mantras
Yes.
that we can share with our audience.所以我们广告之后休息一下，我们会让素来教教我们有没有什么一些正面肯定句，可以让我们的这个人生过得更好，可以让我们这些正面的肯定句，让我们带上我们人生另一个成功的高峰。我们广告之后还有更精彩的节目。
天灾人祸不可预测，千金难买早知道。你有保够了吗？
我是 Farmers 保险经纪 Emily 刘。坐在电视机前面的您，是否考虑过您现在的保险金额真的够保护您心爱的家人与您努力赚来的资产吗？让我用多年的保险经验与知识，为您提供3省服务，让您在保险上面可以省钱、省时跟省麻烦。请今天就致电510-366-2657，510-366-2657。
新兴公司为您推出老牌子金华午餐肉。金华午餐肉肉质细腻，口感鲜嫩，风味清香，料理方法千变万化，最适合东方人口味，多种吃法满足您挑剔的味觉。不管是炒饭、炒面，或是制作三明治，各种中西料理均可搭配。金华午餐肉经济实惠又方便，各大华人超市均可购买。
老公，真係咁好味咩？弟弟，我又要。
呢個先至係正宗嘅檳城蝦麵，見我了
！Ebomi 皮拉蝦麵十足嘅正宗檳城蝦麵，而家仲有2款全新口味胡椒辣麵同素麵，一樣令你忍唔住口啊！
您想推廣您的產品以及商業業務深入到灣區的每一個家庭裡嗎？紅星衛視可為您的行業量身打造不同的電視廣告企劃，讓您的產品深入人心，讓您的業務蒸蒸日上。請趕快和紅星衛視的廣告業務部聯絡，廣告洽詢專線510-585-6187，510-585-6187。欢迎回到《命运真奇妙》的节目。现在素呢，他要告诉我们呢，一个非常实用的一个正面肯定句，可以帮助我们解决我们人生当中很多的困难呢。我们现在就再来请素来跟我们分享。Okay, so Su, I was just telling our audience, you know, you're gonna share with us a very powerful mantra, a confirmation,
yes,
that can apply to everything in your lives.
Yes.
So,
yes.
What is that?
So
I can't wait.
Yes. So the mantra is, I deserve to get more, let's say money.
Yeah, for example, people have the financial difficulties in their lives.
Right.
So what are they going to do in their lives?
Yeah, so the mantra is, I deserve to get more money so that I can give more money.
So when do they have to say that mantra?
All the time.
All the time?
All the time.
Repeat it in their mind.
Repeat it in their minds. Make it a little post-it note, put it on their steering wheel, put it on their mirror.
It imprint in their subconscious.
Until it imprints in their subconscious. I deserve to get more money so that I can give more money.
How about people have relationship problems?
Same mantra. I deserve to get more love so that I can give more love.
Okay, then how about some people, you know, a lot of you are suffering from health issues.
Right.
Same thing?
Same mantra. I deserve to get more health so that I can give more, and actually I changed the word to energy.
I can give more energy.
So I can share my energy.
But here comes the question, why do we have to give? People think, oh, why do we have to give? You know, it ended with, I can give more. People will say, why do I have to give to people? I already don't have enough.
Right. Because money is energy, relationships, love is energy, and health is energy. And you never want to block the flow of energy. If you think about it, you want the energy to come in and you want it to flow. So if you say, I want more energy so that I can give more energy, which is really what this mantra is, and the energy might be money, it might be love, it might be health, but it's all energy.
Yeah, now you remind me, a lot of successful people, you know, they are the one actually who give the most.
Yes.
I noticed that.
Yes.
They can be a very successful businessman, but think about how many people they served.
Yes.
They are giving the most.
They are giving a lot.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And now, you know, I know you're gonna let us show the card for the day.
Yes.
Yeah. So today, you know, we're gonna introduce this card to our audience. You know, this deck is created by Sue, and it's called Ultimate Oracle Cards. So she's gonna draw the card, or I can draw.
You can draw.
Yeah, I can draw the card for our audience. You know, to bring them. So what this card's about actually? It's about.
This card
is not really about fortune telling.
It's not really about fortune telling. It's really about looking at the energy of the moment. And this card, all of these cards, each of them has a word on it, and that word is the energy for that moment.
And it's very interesting because it's in black and white.
Yes.
It's like you know, in Chinese it's like a Tai Chi.
Yes.
Tai Chi symbol.
Yes. It was deliberately created that way.
So to me it feels like more balance and
yes,
harmony.
that it all flows together. Yes,
So,
it's this whole thing. You know, it's an infinity sign because energy goes and comes around and you never want to block the flow.
Yeah, that's right. So give and take.
Give and take.
Okay, let me draw the card so it will represent advice or things or whoever is watching our show should do.
Yes.
Okay, this one.
That one. Closed. Yes. So the energy. If you're feeling closed, if you're closing off your flow, you want to open it up.
Oh.
So watch out. Notice where you're closed. Notice where you're finding the weeds, and open up and look for flowers.
Oh, okay. So it tells us like whoever is watching the show, be more open up.
Yes.
So you can receive more abundance in your life.
Yes.
That's great. Thank you very much.
Oh, thank you, Clara. Thank you.
Thank you.所以我们今天节目时间非常快，专又到了尾声哈。我要谢谢大家今天的观赏。那如果大家对今天的节目有任何的建议或问题，欢迎您写信到 clara@tvhsusa.com。那最重要的是，不要忘记我们每周六晚上9点锁定我们红星卫视1.9台，让我们相约在命运真奇妙。我们下周见喽！各位观众，大家好，我是克拉拉。现在就由我来告诉大家本周星座运势。本位星座有摩羯、天秤、牡羊跟巨蟹座。摩羯座的朋友，你一步一脚印的努力打拼，似乎逐渐看见了成果。本周你可是有成功与出名的机会哦，请好好把握。天秤座的朋友，你沉浸在爱情的满足跟事业的成功里。本周请好好享受努力带给你的成就和幸福吧。牡羊座的朋友，最糟糕的状况似乎都已经离你远去了，过去的担忧都一扫而空，生命的美好正在持续发酵中哦。巨蟹座的朋友，恋爱运依旧非常的旺哦，桃花朵朵开，享受被追求的感觉也是另外一种幸福。固定星座有金牛、狮子、天蝎跟水瓶座。金牛座的朋友，转变持续发生，本周将出现令你一见钟情的对象，请勇敢打开你的心房，让爱自然发生吧。狮子座的朋友，事业成功、心想事成的一周，终于了解到真正的丰收来自于心灵上的满足。天蝎座的朋友，对于旧爱的念念不忘，以至于无法接受新恋情的发生，本周请不要陷入自我封闭的情绪哦。水瓶座的朋友，工作上将有面临抉择的时刻，请不要让过去的牵绊而阻挡了你崭新的未来哦。变动星座有双子、处女、射手跟双鱼座。双子座的朋友，因为不知道自己要的是什么而无法前进，请确定自己的目标，才能开展全新的未来。处女座的朋友，一切似乎都在好转当中。本周由于海外事业交流相关事宜，新的事业机会将逐渐明朗。射手座的朋友，这是一段工作稳定、心平气和的时光哦。成功将来自于你每一小步的脚踏实地。双鱼座的朋友，工作上得到上司认可跟赏识的一周。 本周有因为工作而奔波或旅行的机会，财运将会在奔波中渐入佳境。
您现在收看的是北美红星卫视 TVHS 1.9台。